Right, the light is kind of bright, so welcome to a YouTube video. This session is kind of different. So I was literally about to go upstairs where I normally do my reflection videos, but today's slightly different. I'm going to bring you guys along on my training session. I said, why not? So I just finished doing some pull-ups. I had my moment of enlightenment, and when I have my moment of enlightenment, all I literally do is I open up my notes and I just basically speak my heart out. And in that moment, I just find flow state. And flow state is that moment where you don't think about time, you're not hungry, it's just where you're in absolute unity, where you just start to flow. And I have this section of my notes where it's called ideas, and I literally allow everything to flow, and I'm writing everything down. So we just done that when we've done the pull-ups. We just finished doing this row machine where I'm doing pyramids, so I'm slightly working on volume. I'm also trying to work on becoming slightly shredded, and I always like to keep that strength there as well. So we've done 20 repetitions, then we went down and we've done 12 repetitions, and then we went for a heavy set, we've done 5 to 6 to basically maintain strength. So I'm gonna bring you guys along to a training session, what it's like to be with me. Because a lot of you guys say, how do you train so much? How do you keep up that consistency, that intensity, that discipline? You need to understand that discipline is basically a bridge. Discipline is a bridge between where you are now and where you want to get to. The reason I can go hard and I train every single day is because I think in days. The thing is, everyone thinks in bigger time frames, next week, next month, 3 months. We need to understand you don't even know if you're going to be alive tomorrow. So every single day that I have the opportunity to wake up, I go again and I give 100%. So whenever I'm in my training sessions, I just ask myself, can I give 100% right now in this moment? If the answer is yes, then I give 100%. We need to understand that us as humans, there's going to be days where we don't feel the best. There's going to be days where we have 50%, 30%. We're not always going to feel 100%, and in those days, you give 100% of what you have. The last couple of days, maybe like a week ago, I was having a moment where I wasn't feeling the best. I didn't have the best sleep, and that's when those thoughts start to come back in. That's when the imposter syndrome starts to come back in, when those doubts start to come back in. And with the things that you do, this reinforces whether it's true or it's not. My follow through, the way that I commit, the way that I behave, this is what gives me the confidence, because I know I can do everything that I want to do. Why? Because I follow through. So when I look back at my systems, I look back in the evidence, what have I managed to do? Oh, I've done everything that I've said I was going to do. So I just know it's moments. There is no such thing as a bad life. There's only things as bad moments and good moments. So if you're going through a bad moment, you want to recreate more good moments. Very simple. You're going to join me on my session. We're going to do some, I think we're going to do something. Follow along. Alright, so we're using this grip. This is going to work for forearms, and we're just going to go through. Alright, so this is what a set needs to look like. You need to be working around like 80% depending on what you're doing. So right now we're just trying to keep a bit of strength and trying to keep a bit of volume. But it's crazy because when you train, everything's intention. Serious, you're trying to get business. But it's all about intention. I remember around 3 years ago, the only reason that I started training was to just live up to this identity, trying to be this picture perfect person. And it was the thing that kept me the emptiest. Because I train every single day now. It's not about how I look or bicep gain or the extra muscle. I had all of that already. The reason I train is just to keep that consistency, that discipline, because that's going to translate into everything in life. You need to understand the same way athletes train just for a 90-minute match, for that special moment. We in life, we're going to have moments where you're going to want to give up. There's going to be moments in your life where you want to start something, this new challenge, or you want to chase something, this dream that you have, this thing that keeps you alive. And then when you start, you face this friction, this point where you start to doubt yourself, you start to think, I don't think this is possible. That is your moment. That is your 90-minute match. This is where I translated this into life. Because there's so many times where I feel like giving up. So many times where I have this imposter syndrome where I feel like I'm not enough, where everything is done by luck. If I just keep on going, if I keep on showing up, if I do not miss, then eventually I start to become that person I've always wanted to become. I've seen this time on, time out, and I see it evident in my life. Which is why I share everything that I share with you guys. I'm not scared to walk by truth, because that's the thing that saved me. People are just so selfish. Oh, keep your opinion to yourself. Let people do their thing. I used to be like that. I used to be the nice guy that used to tell everyone just what they wanted to hear. Because I felt like if I'd done that, you're gonna like me. But I don't care about being liked. I want you to progress. I want you to see you grow. Because all in essence I was saying is, I can change. I'm changing, but You can stay there. Don't worry, you take your time. Our time here on earth is limited. Why would you take longer to get to that destination where you want to get to just because you want to control your emotions, just because you want to control your feelings? I don't care about how you feel. Stop trying to hide your weakness behind your excuses. It's okay to be weak. You need to accept that. When you are weak, you allow yourself to grow. That's the space you allow yourself to become stronger. And that's what I've managed to do. And this is what many people don't understand. Many people just think, oh, if I just accept this person for who they are, why would you refuse them for who they can be? Why would you refuse them for the change that you seek every single day? Why would you refuse someone for their whole life ahead of them to improve? Why would you do that? Don't be that person. Be someone that cares about people, that lives them. Don't just think about your own benefit. Oh, what I can get from this person, from this friendship. Oh, they're so nice to me. Be nice to them. Show them that they can change too. Don't be selfish. Don't be like how I used to be. Anyway, we're gonna smash this back session now. We had around 2 to 3 minutes rest. We're gonna go again. Yeah, my hamstring was feeling that one. I done legs 2 days ago and we're feeling it. I was gonna make it into a montage, but I said, you know what, let me just show you the whole workout in itself. So we're about to do the 3rd rep. I'm just about to just connect this tripod now. Like I said, all the content you're gonna see from now on is going to be raw. So we're gonna connect it here. When you see it, I think you can see it. You can't. I got my new phone. So I'm in between the two because this records better, this has the internet. For some reason they cut my internet line on this. It's got asking for, is it the screen time passcode, which I have no idea about. Like, it's a new phone and it's just complicated. I don't know how I'm going to resolve it. But anyway, like, you know, we're problem solvers. You don't stay in a problem. So I'm just using both of them for now, which is good because this has all the info. And when I start recording this, I'm like, yeah, basically, yeah, and I'm complete. She's like, I'm complete now. This is the ice go straight drop right now. Everything that I'm wanting, manifesting for your life. So when it comes to biceps, just drop your ego, just do a bit more volume. So I like to do more reps when it comes to, I like to get it pump around that biceps. So, go straight into it. So these are the times you have to be honest with yourself. Whenever you're training, I need you guys to be working at a pace where it's not too easy, but you put enough strain so you get to this adaptation phase. Because if you're doing the same thing and you don't feel no strip, no friction, if you don't feel a challenge, if you don't feel like it's painful, you're not going to hit that adaptation stage. So you're not going to be able to grow. Because essentially what you're doing, you're damaging that muscle fiber, you're literally breaking it. So whenever you recover, you eat well, it grows back stronger. So this is the same thing with life. You want to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation because it breaks that limiting belief. Thinking that, oh no, I'm not going to be able to go for it, oh, I'm going to die. You go through, you realize I haven't died. The next time, that's your new standard. You thought this is the only thing you can do. Guess what? You just go a bit over that, you suffer a bit more, you just raise the bar. And each time you go raising the bar, this is all I've done my whole life with everything, and I've just broken every single limiting belief. For a long time, everything that I'm doing now, I thought it's not possible to create content. It's impossible to create an impact in the world. But then I thought, wait, what if I just copy the people that I'm inspired by? What would they think? What would they think of me just starting? What would they think if I wanted to post my first video? What would they think if I done my first workout if it was bad? Well, evidently, their first everything was going to be bad too. That's that mind. Once I get off the mind frame that, wait, if I go inside and I don't expect it to be good and I expect it to be bad, from there it can only get better. But the issue is we have such big egos where whenever we start, we want to be the best. We want to make sure that our first video is like the person that we're inspired by. We spend so much time trying to wait for this perfect moment to recreate that same video, to create that same impact, to create the same thing. And when you start, you realize actually it's a lot harder than what I actually thought. So you start overwhelming yourself. In reality, the only thing that's overwhelming is that expectation. I want you to start with the mind from that you're expecting to be bad, because only from there you can only get better. So that's like with everything. Every time you raise the bar, you raise your standard, you raise your standard. Now, whenever I see someone that has something that I want, that achieves something that I want, I realize that that's an inspiration for me, because I can get that too. When you see it from a point of jealousy, where, oh, it must be nice to be that guy, it's because you personally don't believe you can achieve it, and the reason you don't believe that is because you don't believe in yourself. You don't have that self-confidence. That takes some time. That takes time for you to build with the evidence that you prove within yourself by following through the things that you say you're going to do. Daily actions, that's what I tell you. Your habits create your reality. That's why your self-belief creates your reality. Look at your reality. That was all started internally. Everything that you see was first created before. The life you're living now is created before it's done. So yeah, I'm going to go put some weight up. That was starting from doing some 7.5s. I'm going to go up, we're going to probably do like some 10 to 12s. Let's get it. Next time you tell me you're trying, unless you're ripped and set don't be like this, you ain't trying.